What it do, everybody? How y'all been out there in TV land? Well, I'm back. I'm back. Simply put, off this 3 week hiatus, not quite ready, but definitely rested, recharged, ready to make it happen as we always do. I missed you guys, as you know, as you should know. I missed you guys. So we are back live tonight. Real talk for real men. Summer edition. We're gonna get things cranked back up slowly but surely. And so I missed you guys for the most part. For about 70% of the I would say I took a full hiatus away from social media. And I tell you what, it did me a world of good. I had to give my brain a rest, and I've sat back and I watched a lot happen, and I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to get real. So first and foremost, let's bring in my co-host, Mick Mac. What's going on, baby girl? How you doing?
What's going on, Black? How are you?
Oh, baby, I'm here. I'm here. How you been on this? Tell me what you've been up to on this 3 week hiatus.
Oh, absolutely nothing. Just enjoying the quiet, like you said, the craziness, the quiet, and just being able to, relax, give your brain a rest. Only have to really be concerned about work. This is the first time that we've seen each other. We talked. This is the first time we've seen each other in 3 weeks.
In case y'all don't know, we took a break. What they said in the comedy routine, when black people break, we break. We broke for real, for real. What's up, Britannica? What's up, Brittany? How you ladies doing? Let me bring in my homeboy. I missed you. Good to see you, my brother. What's going on, Big Boy Bird? What's happening?
What's going on, people? I missed you guys.
Same here, my brother. Same here. Oh, this is fam back in town. So it's good to see you. I haven't seen a lot of faces out there. How's your summer going, Brother Bert?
It's going good. Me and Shahana had the crib to ourselves for a few weeks.
All right.
You know what I mean? So, we just had a great time just living life. You know what I'm saying? Just came back from Philly.
That's what's
up. Had a
up.
great time with family and all, man. It did my heart well, re-energized me. So I'm ready.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you, my brother, for sticking with me. All of my audience out there, I thank you guys. For anybody coming back tonight, we're going to crank this thing up slow, but we're going to get it back on track. But I appreciate you. I'm being understanding, just like anywhere else. Sometimes we need a little mental break, and it's the dog days of summer. You talking about birthdays, holidays have fallen in between, graduations, all kinds of things. So I'm happy to be back. I am rested. It gave me a chance to kind of realign. My new intro is not ready just yet. It's cooking. It's cooking. I got some new stuff ready for you guys. So just get prepared. And we thought we'd jump things off tonight. Me and McMax said, should we come back with something soft? Hell no. That's not how we do it. Y'all just know not how we do it. So we came back like we always gonna come out swinging. And as you see, tonight we're gonna be talking about just a little bit gay. Just a little bit gay. And so I'm gonna give maybe a couple of more minutes to see who might want to join. What's going on, brother Kendrick? Appreciate you, my brother. Sorry I missed you last night. Work called, but I am back. I will be fully vested and back, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me. And I've been on a couple of things, but I'm back full time for Real Talk for Real Men. And in about 2 minutes, I'm going to tell y'all a story. What's going on, Miss Hannah? How you doing, sweetheart?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm going to fix the camera.
Do your thing, baby girl. I'm already sipping a little bit light. If you got it to drink it. That's what's up. Jenny P from the block. How you doing, baby girl? Appreciate you for riding with me. One more minute, and I'm gonna tell y'all a story, and we're gonna get into this thing like y'all know we do. And so, as we start, Tasha, you kind of know, but as we always say, people wonder how we come up with these topics. When you hear the term just a little bit gay, just a little bit, not all of it, just a little bit gay, what does it make you think of?
Well, I think of where people try to make those excuses where maybe they've experimented, they've had
Okay.
those improper thoughts, they have
Okay.
flirted with that line a little bit. They haven't quite made a decision. That's what I think. That they're still trying to decide: is that
Okay.
door open, or is it closed? Are they all the way out of the closet? Or are we just gonna peek and look and just knock on it a little bit?
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. I wish we had Hannah and Bird on camera right now because I'm asking what they're thinking. So I'm gonna ask people tuning in the audience in the background. When you guys hear the term "a little bit gay," what does it make you think of? Because I'm about to tell a story, and I'm trying to hold it for my own camera people, so I won't have to tell this story more than once. Because I really want you to hear this story. And I'm gonna tell it, and it's a true story, and I'm gonna tell it in its entirety as much as I can. But for my audience out there, when you hear the term "just a little bit gay," what does it make you think of? And while I'm waiting on that, I want to share this with the audience. The word "gay" is almost passe now. You know that so much has changed now when we think about the gay rights movement and how they perceive each other. I even work for a company where I've never worked for a company where it is so welcome, so out, so open. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but for the first time in my working adult life, being gay is not only 100% acceptable, it's encouraged, it's applauded. And so it's our new reality. And if we go back a year and a half when we were talking about things from the beginning, I talked about how the workplace had changed a lot. Well, folks, we're here. Jenny says metrosexual men. So we're going to get into it. So let me tell this story. We 7 minutes into it. So this is a true story. There's a young lady that I know. She has a boyfriend. And it's important for me to give the age ranges so you guys can understand, appreciate this story. The young lady is under 30 years old. Her boyfriend is under 30. So these are, what would they be considered? Gen Z or Gen X?
Well,
It's in that middle
Z,
area, right?
maybe millennial, the end of millennials, somewhere in there is millennials, maybe.
Okay. So they fall in that. Both are under 30. Britannica says there's no such thing as a little bit gay. You're either gay or you're not. we gonna explore that, Britannica. We gonna explore that. So this young couple that I know, they're going along on their happy-go-lucky ride. All right, we got D joining in. What's up, D? How you doing, baby girl?
Okay.
All right, looking beautiful. I see you got back from Panama. Hair looking good. You right on time. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Good to see you, sweetheart. So I just started telling this story. There's this young couple I know. The young lady, both are under 30. The young lady is about, I want to say 24, 25. The guy's about 28 years old. So one particular night, the young lady goes through her boyfriend's phone and she discovers that he has videos on there where he's getting his dick sucked. She scrolls through and there's multiple videos where he getting head, he getting capped down.
Okay.
So she confronts him about it, and he tells her, "I'm not gay. I just like getting head from men. He's better at it than you are. And that's the only thing that we've done. Oh, and by the way, we've only done it twice. So even if I was gay, I'm not gay, just a little bit gay. But I just like getting head."
No.
Now the young lady, hold on.
No.
Hold on. Y'all ready? What's up, kid? The young lady, she's devastated, at discovering, that not only has he cheated, but that he cheated on her with the guy. So she goes and, she does what I would imagine anybody would do. She tells her family, what's going on, Terrence? How you doing? Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for coming back with me. And so she tells her family, and the family is up in arms. oh, this such and such can't come back to the house and blah, 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 blah. If I see him, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and blah, blah, blah. So they vow to basically, put hands on the young man if he ever comes back around. So she leaves, and the assumption is that she's breaking up with this guy. Let's fast forward a couple of weeks later. They're going fully strong, back together. She doesn't bring the boyfriend around anymore, but she's accepted. Now her mindset has went from being shocked and appalled to, well, I can't really compete with that. He didn't really cheat on me with a woman, so is it really cheating? And then it's a guy, so he said that his head game is way better than mine, and I don't like sucking dick all that much anyway. So, and he only did it a couple of times, so he ain't really gay. And even if anybody teased me, he's just a little bit gay.
Just like you're a little pregnant.
Exactly.
What you guys say? So y'all say you can only get a little bit pregnant, right?
Right.
So somebody tell me where you stand on this, and I got 3 women on. Hunter, your face looks thoroughly shocked and confused, sweetheart.
Go.
Because I'm trying to figure out, first of all, cheating is cheating. I don't care if you cheat with an animal. Cheating is cheating. And
Okay.
I don't care if just because it's the same sex, opposite sex, threesome, orgy, however you want to do it, you're cheating. And for someone to have a mindset, oh, if you cheat with the same sex, it's not cheating. Oh, it's cheating and it's deceitful. Second of all, this is a prime example not to put your family in your business, because if she wasn't to stay with him, she should have handled that between her and him. When you add your family into your business, stuff like that happens. Now you can't bring them to no Thanksgiving, no Christmas, nothing. It's just screwed for y'all because you decided to open up your mouth to your family, who you might be in love with this man, but your family is not in love with him. So therefore, they don't see how you see. So you don't bring them in your business. And last but not least, I wish Bird would ever come and say I'm a little bit out. I'm out. Ain't no, I'm reconsidering. I'm thinking. I'm out.
Hi, my brother. Why she put you in the mix? I don't know. But I got a question. I got a question though for you. Are you more offended by the fact that he cheated, or that he put his family into their business?
I'm more offended at the fact that he decided to cheat and then to try to justify it with it's the same sex. Well, if it's the same sex and he does it better, then go be with him.
Okay. Anybody
Why you
else?
want to settle for mediocre head if you like good head from somebody else?
Well, that brings up a good point. That Britannica, she said, that's where she messed up, because Britannica brings up a good point. If you're not satisfying that person, does it not give them some license to go out? Is it not your role to make sure you're meeting all that person's needs? She don't like giving head, and he found somebody that's a little bit better at it. Well, a lot better at it, I would imagine.
How long have they been together?
You knew that they didn't like giving head, so that's so.
When you got with her, thank you. You knew all that when you got with her,
ladies.
And I'm sorry. I think for me, a man cheating with a man is worse, because you can't compete with that. And it's gonna start with sucking dick, and then it's gonna be fingers, and then it's gonna be full on. So yeah, he a little bit gay now. He's gonna be a whole lot gay later.
Now, I'm so glad you went there, because there's a pool of thought that I know people that their line of thinking would be, you can't compete. He has something that you would never have as a woman, and so in a way, he playing in a different lane. That should you really be all that upset about it?
Well, can I say that?
Hell yeah.
Let me say this. I think it's even more offensive, and it means more because he memorialized it by videotaping it.
So he can watch
it
over and over and over
constantly. So I got even more questions, because then it's like, okay, If it's just like if a man kept his ex's videos of his ex, pleasing him. Okay, so evidently you're still tied to that. That's something that I can't do for you. That's something you're still receiving pleasure from. So we got to have a deeper conversation. But that's why I asked, like, how long have they been together?
So they've actually been together for a couple of years. This is a young couple, so they're not engraved in stone, but it's a solid enough relationship that there was, I would imagine, some level of expectation of,
commitment.
Yeah.
Not 2 years
She's
go by
been
and you
bad
don't want to
ahead.
feel like men.
Which is what we're going to explore. Because look at what's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. What's up, Comma Dizzy, my brother? Appreciate you showing in. Let's talk about sexual orientation and the great hypocrisy here. Because there's a great hypocrisy going on here. Now, right, when we talk about sexual orientation, we've done several shows on this. Gay people, like anybody else, they want to be classified in a whole different way. And so for them, especially when we look at mainstream society, is having sexual encounters with other men really gay, or is it more experimentation? I'm going to ask that question and just stop right there. Is having sexual encounters with men really gay, or is it just experimentation? D, you said a definitive yes. Why?
It's gay because you have to be attracted to other men in order to want a sexual experience with another man. I mean, if you're a heterosexual male, you're not looking for a man to give you head. You're looking for a woman to give you head. No matter how good you may deem it may be, you want a woman to do it. And this guy, for your example, if this guy is giving him head so good, why couldn't he show the girl how to do it, how he likes it, and have her to do it that way? I mean, there's ways. Yeah, he's just trying to find excuses to justify what he's doing.
Now, Tank flat out said that you can get your dick sucked a couple of times and you ain't gay because you're just kind of trying to figure it out. But go ahead.
He's still gay. But what
or
about
bisexual? I mean, maybe he likes both.
But what about this particular person? Why does he keep cheating with this particular person? What is it about this particular person that he dislikes so much?
Okay. Right. So this is where the great hypocrisy comes into play. In my low down dog dirty days, I know many women who swore up and down they don't have a gay bone in their body, they ain't lesbian, they're not attracted to a woman on no level. And 6 songs into Johnny Gill's CD, Let's Get the Mood Right, legs is pent back and that hole getting explored. And the next day, we all go back to normal. So
we just gonna blame on the music?
I'm not blaming it on anything. I'm just telling you the circumstances that. What about when women who claim they have no affinity whatsoever to be attracted to a woman, I don't find them attracted at all, but some kind of way after a few drinks, a little bit of Johnny Gill, damn sure after a little bit of R. Kelly, some things can happen. How many of you out there in college?
I'm going with you tonight.
I'm just trying to tell you now, the Pied Piper is real, And those college games that starts out as we just gonna kiss and touch, and all of a sudden, but then nobody says that they're gay, that they're lesbian, because you know what happens a lot of times? There's a great segment of women out there that just happened in college. Oh, we was just playing. Oh, I don't remember what happened. Is that not a hypocrisy?
Yes. But I feel like if you are, it's not alcohol, it's not music, it's something in you that you're attracted to that person, or you want to know, or thoughts that you had that makes you act on it. Because I didn't drink whole bottles of Hennessy with my friends, and I ain't never want to go eat no pussy. Excuse my language. That's just not my thing. It ain't no girl eating mine. That's not my thing. Just like I can drink and don't want to sleep with another man. It's something in you that makes you curious at that point, or makes you want to act on your actions. Just like you can just be with a bunch of people and you just randomly have sex with a guy, the opposite sex, it's something in you at that moment that's like, I want this, or something you've been thinking about. So I don't think anything has to do with alcohol or music.
Woo, I'm going to challenge that.
You.
I got to challenge that.
You can.
You said a lot. You said two things that caught my attention at the end. You said something about you in that moment. You know, you said
or before that moment.
I'm sorry?
Or before that moment.
Or before that moment. So let's talk about the moment, because I maintain and suggest people like what they like when they like it. I have truly been successful with women who swore up and down that they wasn't going to. It wasn't always a gay situation or a lesbian situation. We done ran train. My boy done hit. You know, because I'm suggesting that when you create an environment of plausible deniability, people will do many things you would never expect them to do. You know.
I will say this. I think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say it doesn't make it any less gay just because you can sit there in your mind, well, that didn't really happen, or even for this dude, maybe he has that conversation himself. I'll never do that again, or if no one knows, it's no big deal. I'm not gay. You still did it. You're still gay. You just don't want to admit it.
So why isn't there the same level of stigma attached when women do it, but if a man in the heat of the moment, because of the music, or he had a few drinks, oh man, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You know,
it's getting heated.
I'm trying to tell you. So in the heat of the moment, guys puffing on that thing, drinking, sitting around. It happens when men do it. All I'm saying, Tasha, is when men do it, automatically we're screaming, "Oh, that's gay!" But when women do it, it's sexy, it's cute. It wasn't real.
I don't say that. It's still gay.
Okay.
Well, you know,
and you might be one of them. But
Black,
so that's my question. Isn't this a great hypocrisy?
I think that what's going on.
It is.
Is that
okay?
Is that I think the way things look, it's like it's forced down our throat. Even at a young age, even back when I was young, that it was more sensual or sexy when a woman does it with another woman.
Right.
Because I think the way like the homosexual act, as far as when it comes to men, is more like you're becoming feminine.
Okay.
You know, you're losing your machismo, so to speak. So when a man does it, it's like for real, because at the end of the day, that means that, like you were saying, like the guy said that, you know, he was getting sucked off. Well, guess what? That's going to lead to something else. You might want to get poked or poke somebody. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
it's just how the way it looks and how the way you're almost being demasculated.
Okay. Okay.
Because of the fact that that's more like a feminine act more than a male act.
Okay. You bring me to another question, but I don't want Dee to forget her point because you said more like a feminine act. I want to come to that for a second. Dee, I don't want you to lose your thought. You had a thought. Come on.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I've been with women before, and I mean, I don't consider myself gay. I would say maybe I'm bisexual. And I mean, you know, I feel like when you mix alcohol in the mix, it just makes people lose their inhibition. So things that they already have thought about or wanted to do or contemplated, you know, you put a little alcohol in a minute and then they just can deny, like, I didn't want to do it. It was alcohol or whatever. So there you go. I mean, you know, and for some of these men, the same thing. They can say, well, oh, it was alcohol. Normally I would never do that,
weed,
you know,
or the weed.
Or
and that's
whatever,
why,
yeah.
And that's why
that never happened to me.
And that's why I talk about plausible deniability, because I really have seen it. Britannica says I'm a woman that has never been attracted. Well, let me put this up. I'm sorry. I'm going to slow down my job. Britannica says I'm that woman that has never been attracted to women, and I can definitely get my drink on. She said I love the mandingo too much. I appreciate that, baby. Now that love for that mandingo has been waning more and more, but I appreciate you still, and I can't. So thank you, baby. I'm loving it. having said that, you know, Britannica, I am not kidding you, and I got somebody on here that can vouch and see me do it. me and D was running mates back in the day, and those was the games that I played. That, you know, you set things in motion, and for you know it, you know, we done. And again, it wasn't always a gay scenario. That's what she can tell real stories of this. That when you look up, people are doing things that, oh my God, that they never thought that they would do. D was there. I could tell a story where at one of my parties, we had a young lady walk in the door, and D, you tell my audience if I'm lying. Within 5 minutes of walking in my door, she was laying on the floor getting a pussy ate and whisked to the back room getting done. Am I lying?
D, you were bagging them?
It was less than 5 minutes.
You were bagging them, D?
It wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't.
She was present. Only thing I'm mad about, they didn't invite me to the real party.
It wasn't me. It was
this
not
happened. As D said, I'm being generous.
5 minutes.
She walked. This is not made up. She walked in the door.
Very generous.
And it happened. What's up, sis? How you doing?
What's up,
welcome to the party. So that's where I want to go with this.
Thank you.
That's where I want to go with this, Hannah, because of what you and Bert was saying. Free will and what's the word I'm looking for? Being convinced or whatever. Those are very fluid lines. So when I hear Britannica say how much she loved the Mandingo, this is a woman who loved the Mandingo, but whatever it was going to happen was going to happen. And again, I've run train. I brought in other people. I videotaped. I've done it all. And they swore, because when you create an environment that it's okay, and then somebody, I think it was you, Bert, that you said about being feminine. So if the guy's just getting his dick sucked, but he ain't sucking no dick, what's wrong with that?
It's still a homosexual act, though. You have a homosexual act performed on you, and you're enjoying it, and you're recording it.
Right.
And he knows he feels that beard on his damn dick. You know he feels that weird. Come on now, that's weird.
How you like it, dog? No.
Exactly.
Yes. Right.
Well, I'll say this. I done had my Jimmy wax, and some women had a lot of whiskers on them too, so you can't just necessarily.
I'm talking about
you can't, you know. So, you know, some of them ain't have no teeth. You know, there's been all kinds of situations, you know, happening down there. So it is, but I want to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, look, we all said we're gonna keep it real. But I want to explore this further about, is it really gay in the sense that, because I want to talk about physical attraction versus emotional attraction. Since you said that it's an effeminate act and you know it's a guy, this and that. So we all know that women look at other women, they say, oh my God, she's it. In fact, I've maintained for the longest, I don't think women dress for us, Bert. What your baby girl got on right now? That ain't really, she ain't got that on for you. What she has on for you is when this camera goes off, when she's parading around in a little skimpy t-shirt. What she has on right now, she got that on because she know other women are going to see her. And so my hair got to be right. My outfit got to be right. And women dress for other women. So women look at other women and say, oh, you're so attractive, you're so sexy, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the physical attraction. But here's what we don't like to talk about. Okay, you might not say it that way in terms of attractive, and maybe you might be one of the few, but you admire what another woman has on, you know, whether they famous or whatever. The first thing y'all look at when they come on camera, you checking it from her head down to her shoes, because all women do it. Me and you, Tasha, been in clubs, and you saw a woman walked in, and even you say she look a damn mess. She look a hot, absolute mess, or whatever. So y'all judge other women.
Yes.
Men, here's what we don't talk about. Talking about a little bit gay. Men have romances. Is that not accurate? Is that not true?
Yes.
But that's not gay.
No.
What you mean romance?
What?
Just a very close
friend,
friendship.
buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you.
So here's the fine line, hon. I'm glad you said that, because here's that fine line between, I can look in Bert and say, well, you know, man, my dude, man, he's looking good. I like the beard and whatnot, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But what about when we in Planet Fitness and you see guys working out? Bert, you work out. I'm gonna ask an honest question.
Go for it.
You working out in a gym and you got the guys working out. Do you ever look at the guys and admire? I'm using the word admire their physique.
Yeah, I do. It gives you something to strive for. You know what I'm saying? I look at it in a different sense. Like when I was in high school, I went to a gym that was called River Gym right across from my school. Mm-hmm. And when I went in there, I'm looking at all the big buff guys or whatever. And the one guy came over to me, he said, "You'll never get anywhere if you keep looking at them. They started where you were at, and then now you got to go ahead and do it yourself." But yeah, if you're in the gym, you'll notice a guy like that boy big, got some big behind arms or something like that. But it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not on the realm of like, oh man, I want him or anything like that. You just admiring the physique.
Right.
I mean, if anything, I mean, to tell you the truth, if anything, think about it like this. When we if we look through muscle magazines or anything, you're like, yo, that boy's jacked. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of times when you start working out, you want to look a certain way. Mm-hmm. So I don't look at that. When you're in the gym, I think I can say 90% or even more guys look out, hey, that boy, he's nice.
Let me tell you what's so funny. Let me tell you what's killing me.
Hannah's face.
Is the expression of Hannah's face as you're explaining this. And that's the beauty of why I raised that, is because I love what you're saying. Comma is saying, I don't think that's bromance. That's inspiration. And for the record, I'm not doubting you. Not one bit. But I'm making a point that the same way women admire other women, we can't pretend that we as men don't look at other men and admire them. Oh, and by the way, it's not always inspiration. Now, it might be for you, and I use that context of a gym, but guess what, fellas? That don't only happen in a gym. We might not say it out loud, but that don't only happen in a gym. Grocery stores, everyday occurrences. You see somebody walk by, I like what he got on. Now, I'm not saying that always means you want to get with him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I am opening up the door for a reason, that there are many things that happen that can be misconstrued for gay that maybe it really isn't. Now, I'm a big old fat dude. I don't go to the gym that often. Now, when I am in the gym, I only pretty much have two little areas I'm on. I'm on the damn treadmill walking, and I'm looking at asses. Make no mistake about it. You know? But I can't help when some guys walk past, and I can't help but, and for me, comma, and Bert, it's not inspiration. There's a little bit of jealousy in there, like, well, damn, you know. Look at this son of a bitch walking by here, just strutting like a peacock. Right. Like, why he gonna sit his monkey ass down somewhere? You know.
But is that not just an observation? Like, could that not just be just an observation? I don't consider that as like that could be even considered. I'm agreeing.
I'm agreeing for me.
I agree.
I'm agreeing for me. It is, because that's why I said I'm not looking at him because I want to get with him. I trust and believe. I am not looking at him for that reason. But now, the guy that got the boyfriend that got his dick sucked, maybe that's how it started. You know, maybe it was a simple act of on the spirit. Maybe the mood was right. You know, Bert, you shaking your head.
Bro, I ain't never walk up to another brother like, yo, man, your kicks is nice. Next thing you know, you're sucking my dick. No, like, no,
I am with you. I am with you. Oh, go ahead, Hannah. Go ahead, sweetie.
I was gonna say, I am curious of how that conversation started, because in order for him to meet a guy to get head from him, that other guy had to sense something. Like, you saw people say you have certain things, certain people can sense, okay, he's attracted to me too. Because how did that conversation come about that you just missed the
I
breaking
saw
tie.
Tasha shaking her head. Ladies, do you think that's true for a guy to approach you and for that conversation to come up? Do you think that they had to have sensed something in you that's triggering that you're interested in being gay? Ladies, what y'all think?
And for this situation, absolutely. He sensed something more that would allow him to think that it was okay to not only, and we don't know, we're just speculating, not only to approach him in that way, but also to push it further.
Okay, but what about it?
That was open a little bit.
So what about in general to what Hannah said? Do you think when a guy approaches another guy and they interested in him, is he sensing something in that guy that's screaming, I'm a little bit gay. I'm open to the possibility. Ladies?
No.
Not screaming.
No, I
not
don't
screaming.
Not screaming.
Because
Quiet?
some gay men find it a challenge to be with straight men or married men. It's a challenge for them to get them. So you think you straight until you meet me type attitude. So yeah.
Sherry, what you say? You've been quiet over there. What you say?
Yeah, they sending some kind of signal that they liking it, something liking about them.
No. So the gay person, they like something, but what about the person that's being approached? Is he giving off a gay vibe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That he had to be giving off something because most straight men, if a gay guy look at them a certain way, they going, they usually give him a stink look, like
Okay.
to
Okay.
guard them off. Like I don't go that kind of way.
Okay. Story time.
Yeah, but when you smiling and going on and shit, and because they have done it to my husband, I laugh about it. They give him the second look, the second look, the double look.
I don't think that's always true.
Okay.
You don't think it's true?
That's why I'm going to tell y'all it's story time.
But I'm telling you, D, they have looked at my husband.
No.
They give him the second look. I start laughing, and then when they hear his accent, they get away because he started.
My husband's been approached by gay men, but I can attest that he is not gay.
Right.
Okay.
How he act when they approach him?
Well, I mean, he shuts it down, obviously, but like I said, for some gay men, it is a challenge to get married men, to get straight men. It's a challenge for them to see if they can get you. Yeah.
No, I mean, I have a lot of gay guy friends, and you're absolutely right. That's something that they look for to see.
Okay, so let me tell a story. So because I wanna challenge what you said, sis. Kama says not true. Some gay dudes be out of line sometimes, even if you don't give off no gay vibes. So at the height,
that's true.
Right.
At the height of my powers, I'll tell a story. Tell two quick stories. At the height of my powers, I'm talking about when I was thin, fit, and I knew I was the shit. When I knew I was the shit. This is when I was king of clubs back in the day. I knew I was it. I'm kicking it. I'm hanging out in a group setting, and we kick it, close the club down like we typically do. It's after 3:00. I get home. I'm just made it in, not even 10 minutes. Bing bong, ding dong. Okay, who's this at my door? I go to my door. There's a guy standing at the door. A guy that had been in the party kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know him for that night. He was a friend of one of the other women that I knew and everything. So I answered the door like, okay. Now, of course, my first thing like, how do you know where I live? And so my soul answered like, okay, well, yo, what's up, man? The guy was completely nervous, shaking like a leaf. I'm sorry, I hope you ain't mad with me. Regina gave me your address. Okay. Now in my mind right then, like I'm a F Regina up, I can't curse all the way at this point, but I'm like, I'm gonna F Regina up, So, okay, what's going on, man? We're still standing in the doorway. I just want to know if I could suck your dick.
Right.
I got a response. I got a response. I already know why. I already know why he approached you. I already know why. Okay.
Well, my response was, what what would make you think I would be interested in you sucking my dick?
Yeah.
And he proceeded to, well, it's nothing you did, but I was just attracted. I didn't know, and she told me don't ask, but blah, blah, blah. You know? Now, what would surprise many people is my next move. Come on in here, bro. Come on in here, bro.
And then you
grab a seat. Grab a seat. No, I did not. No, because I really wanted to know in that moment, I was back then, what vibe did I give off? Because that was an opportunity for me to say, well, was I too friendly? You know, blah, 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 you know, this, that. And he proceeded to tell me it's nothing I did towards him. I didn't send any signal, blah, blah, blah. He did think I was going to do something to him. I'm not going to do nothing to you, blah, blah, blah. I told him I don't appreciate you coming to my house, and I would talk to Regina about that, blah, 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 this and that. And so that ended on a high note. I did curse Regina out, you know, pretty good, you know. Now, let's fast forward all these many years later. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Do you know how often I get hit on? How often I get hit on? And this is big old fat me, missing teeth me, 53-year-old me. This is me walking around in sweats and whatnot. So ain't nothing sexy about me going to Kroger's. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is just me hanging out me. And still, I find guys following me up and down the aisles, you know, because you go to one aisle, you think, okay, you know, say the guy, no big deal. Go to a couple aisles over. Damn it, this nigga following me and everything. Ultimately, you know, so again, ultimately to, you know, you get that strike up conversation and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And again, you politely simply say, I know, you know, I appreciate it. Thank you, you know, but nah, you know, I'm straight, blase, blase, you know, like that. So Sherry, if you call me smiling and being, I guess, generally pleasant, giving off a gay vibe,
we all gay.
Then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, brother. But you know what? Usually, a lot of guys they take to that. Like if you smile and you nice, whatever. But I mean, you remember I had the beauty parlor.
I do.
I had like 3 gay men working for me.
Mm-hmm.
One day I was there, and one of my gay guys that was doing here, he called me over to him and he said, Sherry, he said, the guy that he was doing his hair, he said he loved the shop. It's beautiful. He liked the atmosphere, but there's only one person in here that he felt funny about. And I said, who? He was telling me I'm our cousin. So I said, him? I said, he's not like that. He said he give him a vibe when he look at him. But every time he looked at our cousin, you know, who he you know, he would have a mean face with him. He would never smile or be nice with him or none of that. I got it, you understand? But I said, no, he's not like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not homophobic or nothing like that. You understand? But I noticed people that, you know, was nice or smile or whatever, they had more, oh, well, who is he? You know, that type of thing. So not that everybody have to do something for them to come on to them, but even being just nice. Sometimes they take to that.
So that's why we were saying that I don't think it has anything to do with you giving out a vibe anymore. I think being openly gay now is so acceptable until they like what they like and they don't have a problem pursuing it. And Darcel makes an even greater point. Believe it or not, there's a lot of openly gay people that they don't want a flaming, feminine, gay person. That's not who they're attracted to, actually.
True.
That they actually are attracted to a more masculine guy and they view it as a challenge. Think about it, Bert, the same way me and you in our hunting days, you know. I'm completely retired out the game and you retired as well, my brother.
Jersey
But
up.
you know what I'm saying?
Jersey up.
Yeah, he retired. You damn right he retired. But in his hunting days, we didn't go after low-hanging fruit. It was the one that presented a challenge. It was that chick with the nasty attitude. It's the one that they said you can't get. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why he got you, because you presented some kind of challenge that made it. You would not be sitting snugged up with him right now if you didn't present a challenge, because we as men, we like to hunt. And there was something there that made him say, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. And believe it or not, gay people, they think the same way, that, you know what I'm saying? I like this guy, he's got something I like, and I'm going to go for it. So I think that's the case. But I want to present a couple of scenarios at you guys, and I want to ask you, is this suspect or is this just plain being freaky?
Okay.
Because
Why you laughing?
I've seen comments already that she messed up because she should have sucked his dick, and somebody said that she should have, if the guy did it better, he should have taught her what he liked and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So okay, what about a guy that you got who actually likes to put things in his back door? What about a man, you know, that's taking it to the next level? You know, women use dildos. Mm-hmm. If you read Superhead's book and some of the things she talk about and that have come out, there's a lot of men we know that quiet is kept. They like a little dildo up in that back door too. They like a little backdoor action too. Some men really find it attractive and sexy and freaky to get a finger stuck in that thing. You know, I've had my salad tossed many, many times. So,
first of all, who's gonna be putting their finger in somebody's butt?
I'm just saying. It happens, and it's real. It happens, and it's real. So I'm asking y'all: is the fact that a man likes a little bit of backdoor action, is that gay? Or is that just is it suspect, or is that just being nice and freaky?
It's suspect.
I still don't freaky.
Hold on, everybody talking all at once.
I know, right?
It's suspect.
Well,
Sherry said suspect.
Black, you know they say that's where our G spot is at.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
That really is where you and to prove it as a man. Bert, you might not have experienced this yet because you ain't old enough. Okay. But when you get over a certain age and you get tested, what's the damn exam they have where the doctor sticks his finger? The prostate exam. It's a horrible experience, but not because it hurts. It's a horrible feeling to be bent over and to have some finger pushing down on your prostate rather, because you feel this whoosh feeling because it's exciting in a way.
If you were getting head at the same time, it's a different sensation. And it's not like cooking, it's a massaging thing. It's totally different. It's different. It's just different.
I gotta ask, how do you know? I gotta ask, how do you know that? I gotta ask, how do you know that?
I am not opposed to sticking a finger up a man's ass at all. There are many men that really, really like it, okay? And I'd like to see a man run just as much as he likes to see a woman run. So,
do you tell him that you're doing it, or you just go ahead like, I'm going raw, that's it, I'm going in?
I will get permission first. Now, if we've done it before, I'm not asking for permission. I will just spit on my hand and I'll go for what I know. So
listen to what she is saying. Here's what she's saying. So she's been with the guys that you have been with, which you say they were gay.
No, that's why I said toys, yes. Fingers, no. That's just a little freaky. That's all. Just a little freaky.
Welcome to the show, Candace.
But a dildo up there is not gay?
No, I will say, like, if you're experimenting with a woman, I don't think any part of it's gay. It's just being freaky. A dildo, anal beads, fingers. I think all that's the realm of us experience. Guys want to do it to us, so why we can't do it to y'all?
You're not putting that in my ass either.
Well, listen, I had a pastor friend. He said he loved it when his
maybe you should try,
She's tongue his ass.
Say that again, Bert.
I had a pastor friend say he loved it when his wife tongued his ass.
Yep, a pastor.
And this is a pastor.
Yeah. Don't act surprised.
He said ass.
Yes, it
You need to leave him.
I used to be a minister, and it was a pretty holy experience to me too.
We ain't talk about that kind of minister.
But to Dee's point,
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just a little back for right now. How is a dildo in someone's ass not gay?
Okay,
that's what we're exploring. But go ahead, Dean.
So for
I
men,
don't care if it's mixed about Brianna. How is I just need to know.
Go
so
ahead,
how
Dean.
for men, the prostate is kind of it can be a sexual organ in the right situation. So when you stimulate it, they get a sensation like we have when we're about to orgasm. I mean, it's just
Correct.
this woman feeling. So if you do a dildo or anal beads or your finger while
Right.
you're having sex or right before they're about to, it makes their orgasm like 10 times more. So it's just
And
a
you can
whole
feel
other
it.
sensation. Yeah, it really is. I mean, and it's not, I don't think it's gay. It's just instead of it being a G spot, it's the prostate, which happens to be the back door. So I
It's
mean,
the
So what
truth.
if he bent over and don't want you to be in front of him and just want it in his ass?
Well, we just talk, we ain't got to that part, but I'm just trying to put it out there that believe it or not,
I got questions.
we have graduated to the point where for many men, they report that they're okay with it. Go into any sex shop and you see guys and women there buying toys together. All to these point, those anal beads and dildos, they're not only just for women. Now that don't happen to be my cup of tea, but a lot of men and even famous men, they report that they're okay with it and they do not consider themselves gay. So that's why we're having this conversation. Is it a little bit gay?
Y'all
You know?
juice is in your butt?
Correct. Okay, let me throw another one out there
oh my God.
about is this suspect or is it just being freaky or where
I
does
got
it
a
fall
drink.
into the spectrum? What about all the men now with all of the gay stereotypes that are around, you know, because we throw that term around. But what about the men that look at how the way men dress now, their mannerisms, their fashion choices.
Yeah.
We don't have to go to famous people now. The skinny jeans, the high waters, the little bags across the shoulders and whatnot. I even all you ladies on here right now, your hair looks fantastic. But when I go out and I look around, men hair look better than most women hair. Their braids are tighter, their eyebrows are done better,
Yes.
they're more manicured, they spend more time in grooming than a lot of these ladies do. So when you look at that, and not to mention their feminist ways about them, you know, where y'all fall in that category? Is that a little bit gay, or is it just a sign of the times?
A manicure is never gay. You need that and a pedicure.
Now we're not talking about just getting a manicure, but I feel you. I've actually never had a manicure or pedicure, and I've been meaning to treat myself to get one
You need to
because
do
I
that.
cut mine down to the nubs. But I just want the idea of being able to sit there and have somebody hold my hand, you know, and rub on my feet, kind of deal. So, and again, I don't think that's gay,
No.
but you know,
I want to say this. I think it's a sign of the times. I can't say what somebody is doing behind closed doors. I don't know their preference. Now, it is very confusing now with these young people because they do dress similar. But somebody that I might think is gay just because of certain characteristics would be like, oh, I'll take his woman any day. So
right.
You just never know. So to me, no, I'm not going to say that's gay. I'm not believing anybody is gay until they actually come out and say it.
Okay.
I'll say this though too. I don't think fashion can be like that because remember back in the day, men used to wear crop tops. What's that? Broken glass everywhere. What's his name? Grandmaster Flash. He had on the tank top and tight jeans with his belly shirt.
With the boots on.
That was the message, right? Yeah. So I mean, I don't think fashion sometimes you can really say if someone's gay or not because fashion changed with the times.
Hey, Black, you also got to look in the 60s and all that too. If you look at the Temptations, whoever else was out there, they had their hair straight, and some of their hair looked flyer than some of the women.
Absolutely.
What's the boy name?
Birdie White.
Birdie White. His hair still fly.
Absolutely.
Hey.
You know, Ashford and Simpson, you know, absolutely.
There you go.
You know, and it's carried on till today. But I'm gonna bring the big guns out on this. Is this suspect or is it just freaky? And I'm gonna read something to you guys. While most straight guys would never have sex with another man, a small percentage will do this for various reasons. For example, it's usually easier to get anonymous favors from other men than from women. In addition, some people have kinks that have to do with same-sex encounters, but they're not inherently attracted to the same sex. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a question. What if a guy works in a shake joint?
A what?
Works in a strip club. I call him. I'm old school. I call it. That's a Memphis slang term. Working in a shake joint. We call it the shake joint. Working in a strip club, and you think about, for example, Tank does concerts for all male audiences. You know, during Gay Pride, takes his clothes off.
So Tank's not bisexual. We gonna keep acting like him, and did he not? Okay,
he's gay.
So I'm just saying, what if that's his job? This is one answer. What if his is okay? So that y'all say that. I'm so glad y'all say that, because how many times have I heard that when women are stripping, it's not really about the sex. That's what she do. She ain't really thinking about a man. In fact, most of the time she really want. So if women are able to divorce themselves from the act itself, can't men do the same?
Men can, but Tank can't. You said Tank. Men can, because it's your job. I feel like it's your job. So when you're at your job, some people put on airs at their job. You become a different person. Sometimes you're not the same. I don't think if you're singing at a strip club and it's all male and all that, that's not gay. Tank, yes, he is very much so.
So for you, it's just exclusively Tank.
And Diddy.
You keep using Tank. Throw Tank out. Just throw him out.
He said Tank, but if a man is singing and dancing at a strip club, I don't think that means he's gay.
Anybody disagree?
I'll say this. I don't know. I know of people, I'm not gonna say who, that were abused as a child by both men and women, a guy.
Okay.
Developed a sexual addiction, and it did not matter who gave him head, but they eventually ended up marrying a woman and desired to be with a woman. But in regards to sex, they were so addicted to sex that it didn't matter who was doing that. So I don't know. I don't know if I can call that gay more than mental.
Okay. Do you think he was just a little bit gay? Do you think he was just a little bit gay?
I thought so, because they tried it. They tried the lifestyle and decided, I guess they took it a step further than Tank. They tried the lifestyle at a young age and decided it wasn't for them. So I'm not in that person. And it's so hard. I just feel like this is not black and white. It's very hard to really say what it is, because people are today being honest with themselves. So yeah, you just like what you like sometimes. But as of right now, they're choosing to be with a woman. They're married to a woman.
Like in Pose, or?
I think you make a very, very valid point, and that's why I wanted to do this show, because there are behaviors out there, and then many guys, for them, if that's their job and they're getting paid for it. And I keep bringing up Tank because he really does, and he's open about the fact that money is money, the way he look at it. And if a group of gay men are willing to pay my asking price for me to come do a concert and do a show, he like, I'm with it. I'm not going to turn that money down. Now, I'm not saying he's stripping all the way, but he gets pretty open on stage, and he gives them a full-fledged show. Let's just be honest about it. And then you do have a segment of men that actually work in the porn industry that do not consider themselves gay. That for them, I'm sorry, D?
I said, but they do gay porn. They're gay for pay. That's what they call it.
Gay for pay.
Right, right. But they you're right, and that's their job. But in their own personal classification, they would tell you, I'm not gay. I have a girlfriend. I have a wife. I used to watch those shows on late night Cinemax and stuff. And by all accounts, when they leave that scene, they, for the most part, try to lead normal heterosexual lives. Tasha, you shaking your head.
Because to me, you can't separate yourself so much from that. I think, to me, that's more about not wanting to admit who you really are. and by having a beard, so to speak. Like to my family, to the rest of the world, I want to be perceived as this, maybe because I'm not comfortable yet by admitting that I really am gay or I'm bisexual. I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Good point.
You can do gay porn if you're not gay. I don't think you can sleep with another man if you were not gay.
Hold on, I didn't hear the first part. What'd you say about gay porn?
I said I don't think you could do gay porn if you weren't gay, and I don't think you could sleep with another man if you aren't gay, because there has to be some kind of attraction there to make it seem real, you know?
Okay, valid point.
Yep. Y'all taking me to school today, because listen, any man messing with anything that's gay, and if you taking your clothes off in front of some men and all that, you're gay. You like men, and
well, not at the gym.
No, not at the gym. You at the gym, you do pretty good, at the gym, because you're gonna have your. I wouldn't want no man taking all their clothes off at no gym. But if you got some shorts on or whatever, but you got to watch the gay ones in the gym. That's where they go to be catching them.
Okay, valid point.
Yeah,
so I would say 7 things to you guys as a group that 7 signs that your guy might be a little bit gay. So let me ask a question. So let me ask a question first.
Get your pants out, women.
All married and 1 single woman. This is engaged, 3 married, engaged, and single. Perfect.
I don't know if I want to be hearing, brother. Because if you tell me something,
this is a simple question. For you married women and you coupled, and even for you, Tasha, what's your view on your man flirting with other women, looking at other women in your presence? What's your stand on that?
It's not gonna happen unless you want to die. Like, I don't tolerate it. It's totally unacceptable.
He cannot flirt in my face, but we both look at women. I'm not gonna lie. But as for taking it a step further with flirting with them in my face, I'll just say this: if he can play with fire all he wants to, but I'm gonna be taking somebody else home as well if you disrespect me.
Okay. Where do you stand on it, Hannah and Sherry?
It's unacceptable for me. I don't play them games.
Right.
Hannah?
No. I would say no flirting. Go ahead, Hannah. I'm sorry.
Okay, so no, hell no, you're not flirting. Now, if it's a police officer, you gotta get out of the ticket. You can flirt.
Okay.
That, hell no.
Hell no.
Wait, Brian, Hannah, you said that he could flirt if it's a police officer?
If he gotta get out
She's
of the ticket,
meaning to get out of trouble.
I don't give a damn.
I don't care if it's a police officer.
Now, that's the only thing. I do have an exception for that.
Tasha, what you say?
Flirting, no, I'm not going to act like you don't have eyes. Be discreet. Don't be disrespectful, because I think a little bit of domestic violence is a little healthy, and I will slap you. Just a little bit. Just a little taste of domestic violence. I think it's a little healthy. That's just me, That's just what I like, but I will say.
I love it. So I bring that up for a reason.
I'll say this. I think flirting in front of your significant other is more disrespectful than anything, because we all look like, if I see a girl with a big butt, I'm like, look at her ass. However, if I'm with you and you like, damn, you're disrespecting me as a person, and I ain't gonna slack you. But
I get caught up in the mix.
I'm more so on the disrespect, because you're not respecting me as a person or as the person that you're with if you openly just flirt with somebody. And I'm big on respect over the flirting.
Okay. So I want to share something with you. It says you might think it's great at first when your boyfriend doesn't stare at other women, but this is extremely unusual. Most men frequently think about sex and unconsciously look at attractive people. It's not even deliberate most of the time. It's just a reflex. If an attractive woman with a rack that she can use as a shelf saunters by in a skimpy outfit, and your boyfriend simply yawns and doesn't even seem to notice her, this might be a red flag that he's really not that into women.
What?
No.
It's
No,
just
Ended that.
He
might just be a little bit gay.
He probably see
He might be a
can't say nothing.
you're right, Tasha. He might
I don't
just be a
agree with
little bit gay.
if you're
See,
having
y'all
sex
niggas
so
I think
frequently
that if
that
he
you're
wound up
draining your
the one
man,
part
he
like,
don't
yeah, right, nigga.
Hold on.
Like that.
have to. Oh, sorry.
I couldn't hear both of y'all. Go ahead.
No, I said if I walk by, if a woman walk by like that, and I be like, oh, Charlotte be looking at me like, for real.
Like, just look at her.
Just look at her.
Like,
Stop it.
Okay.
But you said staring. Looking and noticing and staring are two different things.
Okay.
Looking, we human. We're gonna look at something that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. D, what was you gonna
like
say?
this, like you ride your rabbit with your tongue out. Please.
Go ahead, D.
I was gonna say, if you're having sex so frequently that your man is drained, he don't have the energy for anybody else.
Wow. Wow. Now I can't say nothing to that. Now that's true. Now that's true. Now that's true.
That don't make it
No,
gay.
that's true. Now that's true.
I don't believe that.
That's true. If you giving him all he can handle, so most guys ain't experiencing that. As D, we talked about that already. But so that's the case. But I'm agree with that in a way. I firmly believe that it's normal. I think it's reflex. Now I will agree with you women in the sense that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I had to learn that as I got older. In my younger years, I didn't realize the way I did it was disrespectful. I didn't even think about it in that context. My thing was at that time, you know me, you know what I like. Now, in this scenario, talked about somebody walking by with a big rack. I'm an ass man. So for me, if you walk by and that ass is pumping, it was going to get all of my attention. I didn't care who was looking, you know, it's just what it was. And it was disrespectful because it's going to get everything I got to give it.
I'm so done.
You know, now.
Because that's because you ain't get swapped good yet.
I did not get swapped. You're absolutely right. But my thing is, as I got older and I realized how disrespectful that could be and come across. So as I aged a little bit, I'm still going to look. I think it's a natural reflex. And I agree with that in the sense that the day I stop noticing a fat pumping ass, then you might as well put me 6 feet in the ground.
What?
I said a fat pumping ass.
I mean, all men gonna look. They're gonna look, but they gotta sneak in.
I'm just gonna say, you know, when I look at a woman, I could y'all have some beautiful hair. I could care less if you was bald headed. Your hair don't do absolutely nothing for me. You know, when I'm looking at a woman, I'm evaluate all of those few things. I could care less about your face. A pretty face is great and everything. I'm looking to see if you got some dick sucking lips,
You know what?
some tig old bitties, a fat pumping ass, a deep mustard snatch, and you're pretty dumb. If you got all those qualities, then you are pretty much on my list.
What is dick sucking lips?
Good night, y'all. It's the real.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
Those are what. That is what I'm looking at.
Tell me what is dick sucking lips?
When they got some nice soup coolers on them, you know, I'm looking. When a woman is talking, I'm looking in her mouth, and I'm thinking about whether or not she can hold water.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Get out of here with that.
I'm evaluating all those things. After I see all of those things, then I'll see what her hair look like and what her clothes look like. All that don't matter to me. You know, I'm looking at all of those signs. I can't. You can be I'm waiting to myself. I need you to turn around, sweetheart. Turn around.
You know what?
Right.
So I can't get a full picture unless I see what I need to see, and that's number one right there. But I digress. Let's go to the. I'm just saying. Now, let me read something else. What about if you're a guy who's interested in other guys? A tiny look is enough. Next time you're with your man, watch for this look. If an attractive man walks by, pay attention to where his eyes are pointed. Remember I talked about being in a gym? Well, did a shirtless guy just walk by and he quickly raked his eyes up and down the guy's six-pack? Did he steal a look at his crotch? Another thing to watch out for is eye contact. Just as you might look at a man that you like and there's a brief exchange of energy between you and him, the same is true for a gay or bi guy when he interacts with the man he likes, even briefly. Did he seem to meet eyes with another man and it lasted just a little bit too long? Because then he might just be a little bit gay.
Like, why are you locking eyes? Now you know when we grow up, you know, Dad. Everybody always told you like you make
Speak on it. Thank you. Talk about that, Bert. Talk about that.
Yeah, because hey, listen, it's a truth that the eyes are the windows to the soul. So when you look at a man in the eye, it's a couple of things. Meaning that, listen, I'm not backing down to you. You know what I mean? It's also it's a sign of respect. Like, look me in my eyes while we're talking. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that you're engaged. But I ain't looking at you or you looking at me thinking about sucking my dick or something like that. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, that's the way we were taught. Like, you look a man in his eyes. You know what I mean? Like,
looking and locking is two different things.
Y'all laughing at what Tracy said, right?
No, I'm laughing at Bert. Bert.
Oh, okay.
Bert.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't looking at you in your eyes like, well, I want your shoulders. I want your shoulders. Like, no, man.
Bert, you make a valid point because from our generation, we were taught look a man in the eye. You know what I'm saying? That number one, that's a sign of respect and it's a sign of masculinity. To this day, I don't trust a man who will not look me in the eye. That's how I so call it what you want. And so with that said, even if I'm sitting in a sports bar or restaurant or whatever, or like I talked about being in the grocery store, maybe that's what's getting my fat ass followed around in the store, is that when as I'm walking past this dude, I can't help but look you in the eye. I'm not gonna look down. You know what I'm saying?
How long are you locking eyes with this person? Because that makes a difference too.
Thank you for saying that, Tasha. But look, I don't want nobody. I'm one of those people that don't like nobody standing behind me. I believe in being fully aware of my surroundings, and maybe because I've been in sales for a good part of my life. You know what we're taught in sales? To drink somebody all the way in. So I do take a really good look at somebody. So if something pop off, I know what you was wearing. You know, I have some kind of accurate description. That knock comes on the door and the man comes to spray for roaches and shit like he did yesterday. You know, now I ain't got no roaches, just so you know, but you know.
Yeah, trust me, we know.
But you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, yeah, come on in. Now to your point, Bert, you know, I'm locking eyes and how's it going, sir? Now, hopefully he won't get in here and ask to suck my dick or nothing like that, but you know.
But Lee, I would say this.
Okay, well.
Atlanta is a little different because a man was trying to flirt with Bert when I was at the table. Like, sir, this is my man. I mean, Bert was oblivious, took something that man ain't flirting. He did everything but give you his phone number.
Exactly.
He didn't see it, but I saw it.
Black. I'm nice. I don't care who you are. I'm a nice guy. And I think that they take it like I'm interested. Like when we worked at the same job before, there was a guy there, and she know about it. It was only because I was nice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, okay, so let me
exactly.
tell you the guy told me that this was his boo. I'm like, he don't like this. And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, well, I don't matter. I said, no, I'm letting you know right now. He don't like that. And that's before I even had a conversation with him. Cause he looked real evil from the other side of the building.
We live in a bold world.
Had a conversation, and he thought I was evil because I came to work to not make friends but to make money. So, okay. But I knew him walking around the building like he don't like no dick, but because he's a little mean mugging. But because when he does open up and have a conversation, he is friendly. the guy was really telling me like, well, I'm gonna try to get him, and I'm like, no, you're not. Meanwhile, I wasn't even with this man. No one even say 2 words to him, but we was over there having a conversation about him. And it was like nothing, and the guy was just like, well, you never know what can happen, and he never gave him any type of sign. So I do agree that you
well, like we said earlier, that might have been the trigger what turned him on, that he's masculine, he's a challenge, and that might be just the thing that I'm going to go after that. Welcome, Joseph, man. What's going on, my brother? I know you've been listening in the background. What you got to say on this subject?
Well, as far as me go, I don't.
What's up, Steve?
First of all, how's everyone doing? It's been fun.
Doing good. Good to see you, brother.
Doing good, my brother. Good to see you.
I mean, I don't. As far as like looking at another woman, if I'm fine. First, I mean, once they pass you, it's not like I'm gonna turn around and look. I already peep shit while it's already coming, so I don't have to turn around.
Wise man.
And then be disrespectful.
Wise man.
So for people who want to be like, oh shit, to me that's sort of disrespectful, because if you with your girl and she did that, you would feel a certain way with that. Absolutely. And I've had men, women, all that try to hit at me. Even one guy was trying to hit at me when me and my wife first started dating. We used to work together, and this one guy came in the store and telling her how hot I am and all of this, and she's laughing and she's like, listen, do not go over there.
Absolutely.
I'm just happy that men are finally being put into positions that women are. When we're friendly and nice, it's not always an open door. So be wary.
Valid point, Tasha. Valid point. Let me go to number 3. If your boyfriend seems a little too eager to cuddle with his buddies, or he is very keen on being naked around them, bathing with them, or doing other potentially intimate activities with them, this is a sign that he might be attracted. You think? Now, you think? But let me finish. Now that's to me indisputable. Now it could be that he's just very secure. This is the part I want to get to. Now it could be that he's just very secure in his masculinity, since there's nothing inherently gay with hugging other guys. But the fact that he has to go against social norms to do this speaks volumes. If he gets turned on during these activities, then of course there's probably some attraction there. Now, I wanted to read that for a reason about the touchy-feely part, because what are you guys, you guys as a group, how do y'all feel about basketball and wrestling with your buddies and this and that, and in this new generation where I see a whole bunch of guys spend an entire day, shirts off, shorts, dicks hanging, playing video games, not a woman in sight, in a musty hot room. I never get that. I don't get that. For me, you might be a little bit gay if you can spend your whole damn day sitting around, with a bunch of musty stinking men playing video games, and you ain't thinking about no snatch. What y'all think?
I'm gonna say this. Playing sports, I don't think is gay. Especially football, that's a contact sport. I don't think you playing a video game with your homie is gay. Now, if y'all cuddling, you gay. Because why y'all cuddle and spooning each other? Like, why is y'all dicks on each other's butts? You gay. Okay. Point blank and a period. Because you want spoon? No, you're gay. So, but you playing sports or y'all playing games, because a lot of them be playing for money.
Yeah, straight up.
A lot of them be in them rooms playing for money. So I don't really think that part is gay. Sports, to me, I'm a big sports fan. So I'm never going to say any type of sports is mean you being gay. You playing football, y'all tackling, that's cool. Now, if we playing wrestling, I'm grabbing your nutsack and all that, then maybe we gay at this point.
I'm gonna tell y'all 2 quick stories. Let me tell y'all 2 quick stories. One of the guys that worked for me, he was gay, and once he got comfortable enough where he was talking to me, he told me that one of his favorite tactics to pick up guys was he would play basketball with different guys all day, and then you hanging out all day, and then of course headed back to the apartment. Man, let me take a shower, and that was his go-to move. Get back to the apartment. You playing basketball after you're gonna take a shower. Now you come out the shower, drying yourself off. Somebody's dick swinging. Next thing you know, somebody got a jaw full of dick. You know, when it's all over with.
All the way. Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Before you say, Tasha, I'm gonna come back to you. Second story: a good female friend of mine, her husband, his best friend, almost every night came over and they played video games to the point where she would go to bed. They stayed up late. She would go to bed. No big deal. This is his buddy. You know, I don't see what y'all get out of video games. She would sit up with him for a while. Then ultimately she would go to bed. You know, so this went on and went on and went on until a night she woke up and came out and caught him in the throes with her husband with his legs pent back behind his ears.
I would be shocked he was so flexible. That's what I would be shocked about. His flexibility.
Shocking. You don't do that with me.
Right.
Absolutely. I do not consider myself homophobic, which is going to be my next topic in a second, but I gotta say this.
Why I be pent back?
Are you serious?
Use your imagination.
These are two real stories. Those are two real stories.
So what are you saying? Like, yo, man, I'm done the way you know what I mean? You play that game great. Like, what the hell's going on?
I'm telling you about the gay guy I work with. He told me that was his go-to. The same way we as men have a go-to move. I had my go-to move when I had women in my house. You know, when you come in, I control the lighting, the temperature, the alcohol, and the music. I have full court advantage. Everything worked to my favor. You don't, whether you know it or not, when you came through my doors, you've given up your free will when you cross that threshold.
For legal purposes, that is hypothetical.
I'm just saying, that was my go-to. There was a time when I could look at my VCR and I could actually time myself. And again, I had two go-to moves. Johnny Gill CD, Let's Get the Mood Right. If I wasn't deep inside that snatch by track number 6, I put that musty hoe out because she wasn't gonna give me none. She wasn't gonna give me none if it hit track 6 because she wasted my time now. And then if she walked in and I had a porn playing, I could look on the VCR and I could time. I have 20 minutes. It would take me 20 minutes. If she doesn't object when she walked in, that porn was playing on the big screen TV. I knew with a smile, and I went in my kitchen and I rubbed my hands together. I said, it's going to take me 20 minutes and I'm having musty drawers off. I knew this with every fiber of my being.
You were trying to seduce me?
That was. I tried, but Tasha was like a guy, you know. I offered Tasha a drink from night one and she guzzled it down like a man. I said, God damn. I did plot on her, but she was too much like a guy.
What's next?
She really. No, this is a true story. This is a true story. I was expecting her to sip. Tasha gulped that thing down. I looked. You want another one? I said, yeah. Damn. You know?
So that's your whole game.
That's my whole plan, though.
I was letting him fix my drinks, and he could have Bill Cosby me. I was just too trusting.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, so Tasha.
And for the record, I always made your drinks a little bit stronger than mine. Just so you know.
I like drinks stronger than mine.
So we have a tactic. Gay guys have a tactic, and he told me that was his thing. He would play basketball, and that was an excuse to get back to the guys because of what this is saying, that if you're comfortable or taking a shower, if you played sports before, you know, Bird, I know you played sports. I played sports before my skinny days. You come out, you know, you're nude. You know, you're not looking at each other. I didn't think, looking back on it now, but this gay guy that worked for me, that was his thing. You know, that, hey, you're naked, I'm naked. What's up?
Man,
Why are y'all
naked?
both naked at the same time?
No, I ain't saying at the same time. I'm not saying at the same time. I'm just saying, but imagine somebody's coming out the shower, and again, you know, here's what I learned about people, and I said at the beginning of the show. I think people like what they like when they like it. And I think many guys that under the right circumstances, you come outside and somebody say, well, you know, hey, can I suck your dick? For a lot of guys, they might look around and
Sure.
Why would you ever feel comfortable to ask that?
That is bold. You're not in your house. You just come. Number one, you come out of the bathroom at somebody else's house. You naked. You bold. Anyway, that's just
not really,
not
really, because I wish I had my boy on here right now. Another one of our tactics was you playing music, you drop your drawers butt naked and just sit down, dick swinging, and you get the reaction you want.
That's what you saw with a woman, right? But
we but here's the thing: if it works with a woman, why can't it work with a man?
That means that guy was gay. Then that means he wanted dick.
You ain't
listen. You know the vibes. You ain't coming over the crib and I let you wash up and you coming out with dick swinging. Nigga, you better put that goddamn towel on.
Bert, you almost make me choke. Bert, you almost make me choke.
My bad. I had a
You
woman.
would think it's a guy upstairs right now.
Bert, you gonna make me choke.
Okay, I have a question though. What makes you even? I don't care how much ball we playing. What makes you comfortable enough? If you're a heterosexual man with no tent, what makes you comfortable enough to let another person come over your house and take a shower? Because you don't know what people are capable of. A part of you, I don't care. I'm not letting nobody come to my house and take a shower. Male, female, because the females can set you up.
We talking about friends, right? I get what you're talking about now. No, I get what you're talking about now, but that's not accurate. If you kicking it with your boys and y'all going out to the club, I've had a group of firemen who staying in a hotel, and 4 was at a hotel and 3 showered in my bathroom. That's it's nothing abnormal about that. And believe it or not, even in that instance, you know, one is going in, one is coming out. Now there's got towels around them. We all standing in my bathroom in the mirror trying to get dressed. Get out the way, man, blah, blah, blah. Now that instance, none of us one of us was probably looking at some dick, you know. D, you know who I'm talking about? And Tasha, you know who I'm talking about. One of us was suspect, probably looking, but the other guys I would vouch for. Bert and Hunt, I don't know if y'all heard that. I've literally had guys, when you got a bunch of guys visiting in town, we all going out, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, y'all, we done hung out all day. All right, y'all, it's time to go get ready. Half of them go to the hotel room to get dressed. The others, come on in, man, y'all can shower. I'm laying out towels and everything. You jump in the shower. So I'm trying to explain to you how that can happen. And now of all the guys, only one of us, I think, was looking at asses and looking at dicks and booties. There was one guy in there that I truly believe was checking out dicks and booties.
Yes.
You know.
God,
if you watching, man, I'm sorry. But anyway.
Well, he watching.
I'm just saying it was a little bit gay. I'm just gonna say. I'm just saying. So let me get to number 4 because we talked up. I said I'm not homophobic. Let me read something. One of the biggest telltale signs that your boyfriend is insecure with his sexuality is if he shows unusual levels of homophobia. Most straight men have no problem with gay guys. I want to challenge that in a second. But if your boyfriend actively hates gay men, even if they have never done anything to him and never even speak to him, then this is extremely telling. You probably heard loads of stories about anti-gay preachers who were later discovered to be trolling gay hookup sites. Right. Many times, a man who hates the fact that he likes other men will take it out on gay people and treat them badly. At the very least, it's not unusual for a guy who is denying his sexuality to fear coming in contact with people who are living with their gayness freely. What do you guys say to that?
I think that's true. I think that's very true. Like a lot of people, especially men that have high levels of homophobia, they're gay. They're jealous because there's something that they're having to suppress within themselves, and upset about the guys who could be openly gay and free. I do think that's true.
I think it depends on a generation because both our dads, they got together, and they from the old school.
Okay.
So I think it depends on the generation too. I don't
Good
think
point.
they're homophobic, but they're the old.
Good point.
Old mindset.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
Man should be a man. That's it.
They got that old, and we was cool with it. We had a nice gathering, and when something came up, and it just went left in 5 seconds. We was like,
but we knew it. We knew it was going to happen. We didn't say nothing that whole day.
We was like, when our parents meet,
it came up. I was like, here we go.
But it's not that they, because I know my dad. First of all, I know my dad. He loved women too much. Jesus. Woo, Lord.
You ain't never
all right.
Okay. I think you do make a valid point that generationally, I think some of the older generation that probably, but we talking now people. I agree with you, D, 100%. Anybody else want to comment on that?
I think it's your it depends on your culture too. Because my husband, he don't deal with that business. That type of business. You don't but he don't hate gay people because I got gay guy friends that come over. He stay out of their way. They stay out of his way. They don't be saying nothing to him. He don't really deal with that.
Yeah. I would say definitely it's a culture thing too. Because I mean, I was born in Jamaica, and that was definitely no. So I grew up.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to hang around gay people. But as I got older, I'm like, you know what? I mean, I don't agree with their choices, but some of them are good people. So
right.
Now I actually have friends that are gay where I don't have to feel like, oh, I'm not hanging around no gay people. I don't want people to think I'm gay or something like that.
Right.
So
I can even say how my attitude evolved growing up in New York. As kids, we went to Greenwich Village and we attacked gay people. I'm not proud of this at all.
Stop telling me.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Yo, that's Sherry.
We tell the truth on this show, and I'm not proud of it. But as a teenager, we literally took the train down to Greenwich Village because at that time, if you wanted to see so-called gay people, and I use that expression because I've evolved to the term now, but we used to throw bottles and bricks and stuff at gay people and chase them, and we, that was something you did. It wasn't until I got older and more evolved. Number one, I came to realize one of my brothers, who God bless his soul, he was bisexual. So when you come face to face with now one of your own is gay, it changes things because you still love them. You know what I mean? And I had to go back and reevaluate all the life lessons he poured into me and to decipher from what parts I could take and what parts I couldn't. Then, of course, as I developed, my own personality and on my own, some of my coolest friends, even to this day, are openly gay people. Even when I was out there on the hunt, a gay male friend is way better hooking you up than a woman. Daracel and Tasha, y'all ain't never hooked me up like a gay man has hooked me up. Y'all put all kinds of resistance in it. I actually go, can you fix me up with somebody? Well, let me think and let me see. And I'm not sure. Well, what she look like? Well, she fine and be some big old fat looking girl or some shit,
I ain't never done you like that.
I'm just saying, but a gay man, he know what you like. He gonna tell you the true inside scoop, but not only is he gonna tell you what you looking for, he gonna tell her, well, look, he only looking to hit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't for nothing serious, and that was the greatest thing in the world. So and like you said, Joseph, here we are now to where, look, I truly believe people are people. So I had to get over that complex of, and as I got older and mature, I realized they're not looking at me. Every gay man that's hanging around you, they don't want you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might you might not be nowhere close to their type. And just like a woman will tell you, Lee, I love you, you couldn't do nothing for me. They'll tell you that too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You ain't my type.
Exactly. Listen, they love Shahana. You know what I mean? And I think with me, I had to just become at a certain age, I just became comfortable. I became like secure with myself.
Absolutely.
And not have to worry about all that. So I mean, like, to me, like, I don't have no problem. And I think that's the reason why when we were talking about the guy on the job is because I'm secure with myself. So
absolutely,
I can walk down the street with you. That's
absolutely.
That's what you
absolutely.
Absolutely. You hear what they telling me on
here? But I will say, I have known guys who their homophobia definitely rang a bell for me, and to thinking that why are you protesting so much? You know, because like the part says that if this person ain't done nothing to you, I know guys that we've gone in the club and the sight they see somebody dancing feminine, oh, we got to leave, and you know, oh, this and that, and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, well, I don't get it. He ain't bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it did make me start to realize, well, what are you afraid is going to happen if this person is enjoying himself like you or come to our table, you know? And so my thing, you know, D knows this, you know, when we kicking it, if you're around us, gay, straight, lesbian, you welcome to drink, eat the hot wings, whatever is there. You know, we never really cared, but I have known some guys that they protested a little too much, which makes me believe you might be a little bit gay.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say this, even in the situations where they've been caught looking and didn't realize it was a guy.
Right.
I've seen that. I've seen one guy, he had on some little bitty shorts. He had a big old butt, but he was bent over in his trunk, so you couldn't see his head. So when he did stand up and people realized it was a man, a lot of men got offended. And I'm like, don't get mad because you was looking. It's still a fat ass. I mean, you can't get mad. It's still a fat ass. You just don't like the head that it's attached to. Why are we upset?
Wow.
Or even, you know, like some men get offended by the transsexuals that they see, the transgender females that look very much like women, you know, and then they realize it's a man and then they feel deceived, you know, but it's like, hey, it still looks good no matter what you're looking at.
Now, D, I agree with you. If you look good, you look good. And I've been in that like, oh my God, that's a man. But if you look good, you just look good to me.
Yeah.
All right. What about number 5? What about if the guy's obsessed with other people's sexuality? Maybe he's not homophobic, but does his ears perk up when you mention that one of your friends is gay? Does he ask a lot of questions about him? Does he seem interested in how they came out to their parents or what other people's reactions were? Does he talk about how this or that person at his job turned out to be gay? He may be interested because he himself is gay or bisexual, but may not know it yet or simply doesn't know how to express it.
I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because y'all really, I told Bert, he naturally, before me, tunes women out in general. So if you want to know all of that, I feel like he does. Like, I'll tell him something, he'll be like, you said that? I'm like, he just naturally, like, that's way before he met me.
Okay.
A part of him just tunes women out. So if you want to know all those details and you that keen in and you're that invested, then I kind of agree on that one.
I literally experienced this at my company I work for now. That part right there. We had are we still in Gay Pride Month?
No.
Okay, we out of Gay Pride Month. Last month was Gay Pride Month, and on our lunch breaks they would have sessions where they would talk and tell stories of coming out. And, you know, I joined in and listened in, and story after story after story was talking about how for a lot of these people that they would ask questions because they didn't know how to come out, and they were building up the confidence to hear other people's experiences to come out. Now, the company I work for is the most nurturing environment I've ever seen of gay people, and I think that's a good thing for the record, you know, in terms of making people feel welcome. Now, I object to the point that it's an overload where it's being forced upon you to a certain extent, but I'm okay with making it an open environment. You feel should open, but I don't want to hear about it incessantly.
Right.
You know, I don't want to hear about it incessantly. But to the point of this, I do know for a lot of guys that I was watching on we in this virtual environment now, Zoom, I was watching a lot of people's faces, and it was weird to kind of pick up on some of the vibes that I thought I was picking up on. That for some people, they were figuring, you could tell they were trying to figure out a way how to be bold enough to come out. And in this particular day, one guy came out. Because so many stories happened, he cried and everything else and told his story and came all the way out, and he got all the
at the meeting.
Yeah, so many people was telling their story until this guy finally comes on and he says, well, I never thought I was going to do this. It was a young black guy, and he came out and he got all the virtual hugs he needed. I'm sure that he got to suck a little dick later on. So
inappropriate.
Why? Like I was all here. But I'll say this. I have a male friend who came out to me, and I've been friends with him since it has to be over 20 years now at this point. And we both grew up in the church, so he wasn't able to express himself. You know how some church people are very judgmental. And he came out to me. We all knew, but he came out to me. And I think some people, if you have a good environment, like I have 2 bisexual girlfriends. One did try to come on to me. I'm not going to tell you who, but you don't know which one. Okay, anyway. But I didn't know that they expressed themselves like, yeah, we're bisexual. So I think it depends on your environment too, that someone can be opening and welcoming to you, that you can create a space for someone to actually be themselves.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's why he felt safe enough to do it, you know. Let me ask you guys, we got 2 more to get to. What do you guys think about a relationship? And I saw a video, and I meant to play this video. I don't think I have time today, where there was this gay guy on a TikTok video, and he was talking about why he exclusively dates white women. He said because they are more patient with him in terms of demanding and expecting sex. And so what do you think about relationships where there is no sex? You know, for whatever the reasons are. D is killing herself laughing because I feel so sorry for you, Steve, my brother. I feel so sorry for you. Steve, she killed herself laughing, but there are, believe it or not, couples that it's not always religious. It's not always based on religious reasons that you're saving yourself, because there are relationships where it's asexual. So what do you think about those where the guy, it's on every other level, it's a great relationship. D can't fathom this on any level, but on every other level, it's great. But sexually, they're just not into the woman.
If you're gonna be asexual, then you're gonna be alone. Okay, it's the same thing.
That's right.
We can just be good friends. That's it.
Asexual.
Ain't no way in hell. I'm with you. We ain't fucking.
Thank you.
In the period.
That's just a friend.
Okay. Nah.
That's the drop the mic. So I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you.
What in the hell?
It happens. It happens. It happens.
No, actually, I know a lot of women that are in that situation. They're white women, but Yeah,
I meant to play this video, and a guy was telling that. Yeah.
They're married, and they say that they do not have sex with their husband. They sometimes don't even sleep in the same room anymore, and they've been married for years and years and years. Otherwise, the relationship is pretty perfect. They have kids together because at one point they did, but now they do not have sex at all. And I was like shocked.
Are they having sex with other people?
My pearls.
No.
Like, oh
well, that's what we're asking. Is that a little bit gay? But I went to play this video. Do I have time to play this?
Yeah,
hold on.
you have time.
Maybe they're just not sexually attracted to each other, but they just still love each other and don't want to leave each other.
No sex.
Well,
so Joseph, if that's the case, do you think that's a little bit gay?
No, they probably just lost sexual interest in one another. I'm sure if somebody else come along who sparked their sexual interest, they'll be right back up fucking like bunnies.
Not with me, Joseph. No, he's gonna be in his
not bunnies.
He'll be in his room being gay, and I'll be in my room with John Tom. It's not happening. You better do something. I'm gonna eat a sandwich, look out the window. You better get underneath. Something got going.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, he'll be in his own room being gay or something. I don't know.
Okay, so I have a question. The people that aren't having sex, are they like people that's been together for eons? Or is
some are long, some have been in long-term relationships, they've been married. Some are actually young relationships as well.
They don't want to have sex.
I'm telling you that there are some relationships out there, but because we get everything else works. They're nurturing and supportive, and we make good partners and teammates, but sexually, you're just not interested.
They go on dates. They do everything else together except.
But fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, I was surprised when I started talking about like sex to the women I work with. They do not like sex. I was like shocked. They might have sex with their husband once a month, and I was like, what?
What the hell is going on out
once
here?
A month?
Once a month. And I was like, literally, my mouth.
That happens more than people want to realize. No.
The husband's not with anybody else.
Right? No.
And they're literally okay with it. And sometimes none at all, and everybody's okay. They're just like, well, we don't even think about it, and that's okay. You know.
Tracy said, not enough love in the world for that.
I agree, Tracy.
Once a month?
I ain't gonna say they don't love their husbands, but believe it or not, some people, sex is just not that important. There are some people that sex is not that, and it's not always just women.
Right.
Just so you know, it's not always just women.
Where we live, sex is only to make babies. So if you don't want a baby, there is absolutely no reason to have sex. A lot of women that they don't think like that. They think sex is only for making babies. So if you don't want to have a baby, I would have sex.
Yeah, you know.
Where are you
at?
I think about the movie Carrie. I think about the horror movie Carrie, and when Carrie's mother was telling the story about how she had Carrie, it took me in a hot bit of lust. He said, and she said, had his paws all over me. God, it feels good.
I have a question.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So where you live, is it like a lot of Mormons?
No, it's predominantly white women, and they get married like fairly young. It's usually like the guy they dated in high school or junior high or whatever. And they just like around here, and I'm not trying to generalize the women around here, but the ones that I've talked to, they do not like having sex. I mean, if you surveyed like 20 women, like I was the only one having sex on a regular basis, and I'm the only one that actually enjoyed it. And the rest of them were like, you have sex with your husband? How much? Like, ew, like, why? Are y'all trying to
it really happens. I got to get to my last one, guys. I got to get to my last one, but that is the truth. This last one it's the best one of all to me about whether or not it's a little bit of gay. What about social media contacts that are suspicious? When you look at that guy's social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever profile, and you notice there are a lot of different men on there, and you also notice that a lot of them seem gay. Maybe you notice that a lot of them aren't mutual friends with you. In fact, I don't even know who the hell these people are. If you find yourself in that boat, because how many of you do this when you look at somebody's social media? Do you ever look at people's friends list?
Always.
I don't.
Me too. Me too.
I don't.
I do.
Me too.
You ain't gonna lie.
D, and I want to ask you, D, why do you? Because I know why I do it. Why do you do it?
Because I want to see, number one, if we have mutual friends, and I like to see who you're friends with. I like to look at the type of people that you like. I mean, I'm trying to make sure there ain't no racist people on your feed. What kind of ideals you like. I mean, I have a whole lot of reasons why I look. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's understandable.
Believe it or not, you can. Not only us saying this, advertisers, marketing people, you can tell more about a person's social media page than they ever would actually tell you.
Right.
Believe it or not, just by simply clicking on their friends list and looking at what pages that they like, it will tell you more about that person, believe it or not. And so, yeah, I don't do it for every single person, but I do click through somebody's page. And it's very funny that we're having this conversation when you see some people and you see like, damn, he got a whole lot of feminine looking friends on there and everything. And you start to then dig a little deeper, like what groups do they belong to? And it tells you a story about maybe what this person like. And so, you know,
damn, I never looked at friends.
If their social media page is filled up with people living it up and everything.
Or I would say this, like
might be a little bit gay.
I've researched like people's like Facebook or Instagram, and there's a lot of drag shows. They have a lot of videos of drag shows, and then find out that the person likes to dress up in drag, and it's like, oh, you can definitely find out a lot about people. When you
really can.
Okay.
Your social media imprint actually tells a lot about who you are, what you do. It really tells a lot about you. So on that note, be cautious. You might want to go to your page and see what your story is, because it tells a lot about you. It really and truly do. And that's why even for purposes of the show, I don't use my real name, because you don't want a company being able to go directly to your page and see, okay, well, damn, he got a whole lot of freak pages he like it instead of whatever, so it tells a story. But anyway, we got through all 7, and I love what was said at some point in this show. We live in a society now, folks, where to me, so many things can be misconstrued as gay or not gay. And that's why whenever I always do my fingers that way, because I think, number one, let me say this for anybody watching this show, and if they came to it thinking that I was going to bash gay people, that's not what we do here. Number one, I want everybody to truly live their true selves and be and enjoy whoever you are. You have every right to be and like and dating whoever you want to. I'm okay with that. We had a little fun with it, but I told a story at the top of this to tell a story. And what was interesting about that is I want to drive the point by ending it here. Relationships are changing. So the young girl who discovered the pictures of her boyfriend getting his dick sucked, even though her first reaction was vitriol and she was ready to leave, and this, that, and she told her family. In hindsight, when she had time to think about it, she made a conscious decision that, you know what? Whatever we have together, I'm not going to throw it away just because he's got his dick sucked twice. And I'm okay with the fact that he's just a little bit gay.
Absolutely not.
It's more than a little bit gay.
Right.
He's a lot of it. He recorded it.
A lot of it.
Sir, you got your dick sucked twice.
And recorded it.
Now he
Stop
told her he got it twice. Now I would
It could have been more than
think
twice.
he got. Now my thing is he got it done more than twice.
Right.
You know, I would put my paycheck on that. But here's what I tell y'all all the time. He sold her exactly what she wanted to hear. He sold her exactly what she. It's no different than getting busted in bed with a woman and running down the hall with your dick in your hand saying, "Baby, wait, please, 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 please. I didn't mean to do it." You know, you sell them whatever they want to hear. And she was comfortable believing that he only did it twice and he's just a little bit gay. And as long as he's just a little bit gay, he's still all right.
He both not liking dick.
Well, guess what? She better link up with that dude and find out how to suck his dick.
I'm just saying, like Tracy said, he was on the gate for that first time, but now he was out of himself and he back to himself. God bless you, young lady. If you like it, we love it. We're gonna leave it like that. You know.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. I thank y'all for joining me again. We're going, just so you know, we're going to move the Saturday shows to Sunday. We feel like Sunday is a much better time for people to be a little more relaxed, so we're not going to interrupt your Saturdays. This is during the summer. When it gets back fall and winter, we will move it back to Saturdays. But going forward, instead of Saturday, we'll have a Sunday show. And I wanted to ask you guys, we're playing between 6 or 7. We're thinking 6 to 8. What y'all think?
6 to 8. That's fine. Yeah. Because that gives people time and they got to get stuff ready for work and all.
There you go. That's the thinking. It's just early enough. It's late enough to where you can go out and whether you go to church and go to dinner, spend time with family when you get in. And even if you don't catch the full hour, I'm telling my audience, join us. We like pop-ins. You don't have to be there for the whole time. So Sundays going forward from 6 to 8, we're going to be doing Real Talk for Real Men. I'm glad to be back. I hope that by Sunday, I have the new intro for the show. We got some fantastic topics planned for you guys. Y'all just don't know. We use this time off to recharge our batteries. We are not going to slow down. Me and Tasha are going to do what we do. I asked my audience to do one thing. All of you guys have been riding with me for over a year. I ask you guys to still continue to ask others to log into the show, to share the content, to join. We still are not even close to hitting our numbers to monetize the show. I'm excited about doing it. I love it, but don't stop now. Please tell other people. Please tell them to like the show. We're going to be putting out a lot more short content. So look for the pop-ups on your phone or your media. Tasha and I, we're going to be talking about any and everything. And we back, we're ready to go, and we're going to keep doing what we do.
We missed you.
Thank you. I truly missed y'all. I truly did. I truly did. So we came in on time. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. We will see you Sunday at 6 o'clock. Once again, it's been another great edition of Real Talk for Real Men. Y'all know how we do it. God bless everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.